at least in my second deal was very similar to the first one, given the fact that they were both 10,000 square feet and all the value was in the land. And so with the land being all the value, I was able to negotiate a 6-figure profit margin on my assignment fee. And like I said, that completely changed my entire thought philosophy on wholesale and real estate in general, because getting that amount of money at that age, with no really prior experience in business or anything else in general, like I said, just completely changes your mindset on everything. And so I think a lot of problems that people run into at the very beginning is that you have a lot of limitations when it comes to real estate and when it comes to just life in general. People think that you can't walk into certain spaces or do certain things because you don't have maybe certain credentials. But that completely went out the window with that experience. And I'm very grateful to have that experience, because the guy that ultimately I ended up selling the lot to, his grandfather was like a billionaire in the 80s. They are like a household name as far as developers. He builds like condos and mid-rises and all these different things. And I was talking to this guy like literally on like a day-to-day basis, right? So all of the wisdom that he kind of embedded within me, and just all the conversations, just kind of seeing how he moved and how diligent he was, like taught me a lot, even from afar, on that situation. And so it really gave me the confidence to really feel courageous enough to walk into any space, any domain, and really feel like I have the acumen and know what I'm talking about within that domain. So that leads to my third deal on this video, where I discuss how I went from $0 to $250,000, truthfully $260,000 on just 3 deals. And so on this third deal, similar situation again. At that point, I was already kind of locked in on lots being the thing. And so again, given the fact that on my second deal, it was in a better area, I was like, I think I want to move to more luxury spaces, more affluent neighborhoods. That way, if you do get a deal, even though it may be not as many out there, the margin once you find the deal is 10x of whatever you may find in whatever other areas may be locally that you wholesale in, right? So long story short, I reached out to a guy, same thing, we have the systems going, the SMS platform, and the guy says, hey, I'm willing to sell at X price, right? I think I come back with, $575. And again, it's all negotiation and follow-up, right? So at the beginning of my journey, follow-up was not a thing. Objection was a no for me. And that just meant that I was just going to give up and quit. Like I said, once you really get into the business and once you learn that one no is another step closer to a yes. And so me already having that embedded and ingrained in my mindset, we go back and forth, and I'm finally able to get this deal under contract at $575,000.